Shane here with a really quick warning for you guys, and this is specifically aimed at anyone who's ordered something from the Pagani Design Official Store recently. It looks like they're pulling some shady stuff, and if you saw my community post, you're aware of this, but I decided to make a video just to warn more people. So the short version of this is that a friend and fellow viewer recently placed an order for the new NH34 GMT from Pagani, and he placed this order from the official store. Although who knows if it's actually really official. Short version of all this is that he placed the order at the very beginning of November. Everything seemed to go okay, he got his tracking number, and the watch was supposed to arrive, except the watch actually didn't arrive. What he got instead was a hat and maybe a little bit of a tote bag, as well as a letter. The letter basically said that since he placed his order at a particular time, it was eligible for a special 11/11 gift, and that this was the gift. And not to worry, the watch was still on its way, but for some reason they couldn't ship the watch and the gift in the same package. Once he got this, he contacted the official store and tried asking for the tracking number of his watch. Eventually, he got a tracking number, but the tracking number doesn't show any information. Which means the Pagani store probably really oversold and they're just trying to buy themselves some time, which is kind of shady as it is, but that's not really the big problem here. The big problem here is that the tracking number that they used for that hat and letter is the same tracking number they reported to Aliexpress as being the watch. So as far as Aliexpress, the platform, is concerned, the watch has arrived. And at that point, the countdown timer for when they're going to close the order starts. And once the order is closed, you really don't have a leg to stand on if there are any issues. And to me, this is some really shady crap they're pulling here, as it seems like they're really just trying to bypass the whole AliExpress system that gives you buyer's protection. Because, like I said, even if your watch shows up later on and there's a problem with it, as far as AliExpress the platform is concerned, you had your time to report that issue. Except you really didn't. Now, a couple days ago, I put up a community poll trying to warn people, as well as to find out how many other people are affected, and I'll throw this up on the screen. And it's not surprising here that over half the people reported not receiving anything yet, because it's only been a few weeks since 11/11. But at the moment, 30% have reported getting that letter, which, if I'm doing my math right, means 15 people have gotten that letter and are in this potentially shaky situation. But I think that means more are coming. So my advice is that if you've gotten this letter, not only should you contact the Pagani official store to complain, but also file a dispute immediately with AliExpress. Let the platform know what's going on, because that's the only way they're really going to be able to help you. And for those of you who haven't got your package yet, if something arrives and it seems bigger and seems like there might be a hat or a little tote or something in there, I advise you to film it or at least take photos of it so you have documentation when you report it to AliExpress. So, shady stuff going on, and in some ways this does remind us that there are always extra risks when we order from AliExpress. I know it's become much more accepted over the last couple of years. I think a lot of us have gotten much more complacent about it and aren't thinking about it when we place these orders. And I think this is a problem, especially as the watches have gotten more expensive. Like I've said in some older videos, back 2-3 years ago when we were ordering $60 impulse buy Caddisons, it was really worth the risks. But once you're talking about $200, $300, say, San Martins, you really should be thinking about this when you order it. 95% of the time, everything goes fine, but every once in a while, some stuff does happen, and this is proof of it. Personally, I've never really liked Pagani. I think I got one Pagani review up, and it was a real crap watch. It was basically broken when it showed up. This was a long time ago, and it was a cocktail time homage. It basically run for 30-40 minutes and then just stop. And that just really put a bad taste in my mouth when it came to Pagani. Since then, I have ordered a couple of more watches just to try them out, and they have definitely improved their quality. But there was something about them that I just never really grooved with, which is why I've never really reviewed them other than that first watch. But I know a lot of people love them and a lot of people buy them just because they are a huge bargain. Which is why when something like this happens, we need to be very vocal about it and warn as many people as we can. Anyway, that's all I got for you, but please help get the word out and notify as many other people or channels as possible. Again, I'm Shane, this is Relative Time, and I'll see you again soon.